Hi guys, welcome to our following webinar. You have to excuse my throat, it is a wee bit croaky and creaky, but we'll see how we go. Okay, to start off with, on this one we are looking at micronutrients, but again I want to do the review quickly with you first because I don't want you forgetting some of the basics that we've gone through already. So remember about the connected problems of nutritional deficiency and toxic overload. Remember, when you're stressed out, when you're sad, when you're having a down day, the tendencies to pick poor quality foods are much, much higher, and it takes an awful lot of self-resolve to stick with the healthier foods that are going to make you feel good. But it's really, really important that you try to stick with those foods. Remember, toxic overload doesn't have to come from food. That comes from your shampoos, your toothpaste, your mouthwashes, your hairsprays, your body lotions, the environmental factors that are out there, the chemicals in the air, the pollutants in our waters that we drink. It's everywhere. So we need to be doing everything that we can to keep ourselves as clean as possible. Remember this one, this just highlighted all the pollutants that are infiltrating every cell of the body all of the time. Pesticides, plastics, air pollution, additives, heavy metals, drugs and chemicals in meat, toiletries, preservatives, too much salt, too much sugar, bad fats, chemicals in water, environmental pollutants, and household cleaners. Remember we said healthy cells lead to healthy tissue, lead to healthy organs, lead to healthy systems. So when we eliminate wheat, dairy, gluten, alcohol, caffeine, sugar, processed foods, red meats and low-fat products, and we add in our clean water, our plant protein, our olive oil, our coconut oil, our vegetables, our fruits and our alkaline foods, we get our cells in the tip-top shape that they need to be in to be able to fight disease, she says with a croaky voice. Okay, balancing blood sugars. Really, really important and not that difficult to do. Basically, what we normally do in this country is this one on the left. So we normally have a huge portion of carbohydrates in our diet. So your pastas, rice, potatoes, starchy veg like your butternut squash and your parsnips and your carrots. We don't have anywhere near enough protein in our diet, and we don't have the right sorts of fats in our diets. As such, our insulin goes up and down like a yo-yo, so we get blood sugar highs and lows all day, which makes us crave lower quality food, higher sugar, higher bad fat kind of foods to get our blood sugar levels back up. All of those things with your high carb diet and your low fat and low protein ratios are going to encourage fat storage. What we want to do is mobilize the fat so it can be transported and used as a fuel. Your better way of doing that is by having 40% of your diet still as carbs, but low starch carbs. So lots and lots and lots of green and colourful veg. Less of the white veg. So that's less on the potatoes, less on the parsnips, less on the squash, although you might argue with me that that's not white, and Swede, those kind of things. Get the healthy fats, so get your omega-3s, your omega-6s, your omega-9s. In this country at the moment, we seem to be quite good at getting omega-3 in the diet, but we're appalling on omega-6. You should be eating oily fish 2 or 3 times per week to get this in your diet. Now, for some people, that's just too much. That's not a problem. All you've got to do is get a good quality fish oil and have a couple of teaspoons of that a day. Sorted. That's your quota, done and dusted. If you want a fish oil, Aliment Nutrition, Aliment, offers a superb quality oil. You also want 30% of your protein in your diet. Now this can be animal protein, it can be plant protein, so it could be like your kidney beans, butter beans, cannellini beans, or it can be your meat, fish, whatever you want it to be as long as that protein is getting in the diet. Basically, between these two, you've got this one that encourages insulin to go mad, which basically encourages fat storage. And this one, glucagon, is your fat mobilizing friend. And you want everything to stay stable. When your insulin is out of control, it lowers your blood sugar levels, it increases your fat storage levels, and it raises your cholesterol levels. When you've got the glucagon system right, it raises your blood sugar levels so you feel great. It decreases your fat storage capacity so you're burning fat as you should be. And it lowers your cholesterol levels. Now this is my crazy diagram. On the blue line, that equals your healthy balanced meal leading to a gradual rise and fall of blood sugars. On your orange line, that's an energy dense meal that leads to a steep rise in blood sugars, which leads to a big release of insulin, which then leads to a steep fall in blood sugars, which then leads you to crave for high sugar foods. So what you want to be doing is to eat, as first thing in the morning, is eat something that is going to stabilise your blood sugar. So let's say, for example, you have your evening meal at 8 and then you get up, so say you finish your meal at 9 and you get up and you're going for breakfast again at 9 for ease of maths. Your body's gone without food for 12 hours, so your blood sugar is going to be low when you're looking at breakfast. If you then don't eat breakfast and you try and last till lunchtime, you'll probably fail out at about 11 o'clock, by which point your blood sugar will have plummeted so low, the chances of you picking something healthy are virtually non-existent. So you'll probably go for the pasty or the iced bun or the Mars bar or the salt and vinegar crisp, something that's going to give you an instant lift. Whereas regardless of hunger or not, if you get up and, for example, had porridge made with water, because we don't do the dairy, remember, that porridge, A, it will fill you, excuse me, but also it will stabilise your blood sugar. Okay? Now, these are just the reminders about the supplements if you are going down the supplementation protocol. You would have finished cleanse by now. You may or may not be taking the supplements of the key products of your weakest system. Again, that is totally your choice. Now again, we're still reviewing. So we've got the heart rate training, the Carvonan formula. Remember, we did about target heart rate minus your resting heart rate, timesing your percentage of intensity plus your resting heart rate. Okay, if you're training through heart rate training. Click through these because I know you know these. Now, this is a home-based challenge for a countdown. What I want you to try and do this week is this challenge. So, depending on the size of your garden, depends how far you're going to run. You're going to set up 2 cones or 2 markers of some description of a distance that you think you can reasonably run to do this workout. I'm not going to stipulate how long that run has to be. But you're going to run to your cones and back. Do 1 sit-up, run there, run back again. Do it again, then 2 push-ups, and so on and so forth, until you get to 5 knee tucks, and then you go 4, 3, 2, 1, back down again. What I want you to do is do this every day for the next 7 days, and time it. Every time that you do it, record those times, and send them to me. And let's actually see how far we can push your fitness levels on a simple home-based challenge inside of 7 days. You must do this fueled. Don't do this on an empty stomach. And you must warm up first. Do not do this cold. All right? Weekly movement. This is really important. This is about getting up and just getting the body moving and getting flexibility back and mobility back So many injuries are caused because we don't mobilise the body. And if you are stressed out all the time, or you are suffering with depression, or whatever it may be, you will be holding your body tightly. Whether you realise it or not, everything will be starting to tighten and tense. You'll start getting odd aches and pains. Get out every single day for a short walk. It could be as little as 20 minutes. 20 minutes is your minimum. 90 minutes is your maximum. Micronutrients. What are they? Micronutrients are basically the flora and fauna that keep us fit. So if you remember the free health analysis, you should be doing this again this week. The link is on my shop page at cwfitness.co.uk. You should be recording your results each time you do it so that you can actually see how you have progressed. Okay, you are what you eat. We know this. But as a nation, we're doing nothing about it. We still have a poor diet and lifestyle. We still have a diet that's designed for taste buds and not health. And we still eat excessive sugar, additives, salt, and bad fats. My good friend Paul Mort runs a very, very successful fat loss business. And he has a wonderful phrase that you're not eating for pleasure, you eat for results. And whilst I'm not fat loss based or fat loss oriented on this, I do believe you should be eating for health, not for enjoyment. Okay, pesticides. Pesticides are designed to kill bugs, mice, and rats. They are microorganisms that make minerals available for plants. Pesticides destroy microorganisms in the soil. Basically, the pesticides are destroying the ground in which we grow. And if they're destroying the ground in which we grow, then what is being grown is not what we think it is. I'm hoping that makes sense. I know, while my grandparents were still alive, God rest their souls, I used to have so many rows with them about wheat and how they would always argue, oh, we always had bread and it's never done us any harm. And absolutely, what they said was completely true. But the bread that they ate 80 odd years ago is very different to the bread that we eat today. And this is the problem, that through farming and through different milling procedures and the chemical processes that we as a country have introduced are changing everything that we actually eat. Okay, the importance of micronutrients. We've also had this slide before. Remember, we said about the real importance of good sleep for physical repair and much more for psychological repair. If these toxins keep infiltrating our system, this repair is not going to happen. You need the vitamins and the minerals and the essential fatty acids, excuse the spelling error. So those are your micronutrients that are so important, but we are constantly being bombarded by toxins and free radicals. We need the water to help protect those micronutrients. We need to de-stress to allow ourselves to sleep, to protect ourselves, to recover. I don't think any of us realise just how important all of this is. Modern day farming. So depleted soil lacks minerals. So organic food and organic supplements are preferable, although it is still very pertinent to point out that according to the Food Standards Authority, food that is labelled organic only has to be 95% organic. So 5% of that food can be covered in pesticides and chemicals, and there is nothing that Joe Public can do about that. In Europe, 72%, this is crazy, of the minerals have been lost in the last 100 years. So that's why the bread that my grandparents ate is nothing like the bread that I eat. We harvest everything too early. We live in a I want society. And as such, farmers are feeling compelled to harvest early so that we get the food. Technically, I suppose they could say it's fresher, but obviously if we're buying underripe bananas, then they're going to last longer, so the consumer's happier. But once that bunch of bananas is picked, that's the nutritional content finished on that foodstuff. If it's not ripe, then you're missing some of that nutritional content. It affects the taste and the nutritional quality of the food. I mean, I'll be completely honest, I prefer slightly underripe bananas because I prefer a firmer flesh. I wouldn't eat them that ripe. But I also want the benefits of the vitamins and minerals because that's some of the reason of why I eat them. Okay, it's a little diagram to show you all the chemicals and the the vitamins and the minerals in the foodstuffs that should be coming through but aren't because of the quality of our soil or the fact that we pull it out too early. So you've got magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, manganese, all sorts of wonderful vitamins and minerals that the human body requires all the time. And if I'm completely honest, the only way you're going to know about the nutritional quality of your food is if you grow it, breed it, and slaughter it. Okay, antioxidants are your eternal friend. If you are interested in antioxidants, there is I keep wanting to say it's called The Antioxidant Miracle, and it isn't. I will remember the name of the book and email it to you. Basically, free radicals are cells that branch off and bounce around a bit like a bouncy ball inside the system, causing untold damage. Oh, it is The Antioxidant Miracle. It's there. I'm going mad. Scientists now believe that free radicals are causal factors in nearly every known disease. In fact, free radicals are a major culprit in the ageing process itself. From the book, that I didn't think it was called that, The Antioxidant Miracle. Superb book. The amount of antioxidants in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live. If that doesn't hit home on how important antioxidants are, I have no idea what will. The best way to get antioxidants in your system from fruit and veg is through berries. Basically, because the skin on berries is so thin, it gets into the system much, much quicker. Gets straight into the bloodstream, the body automatically starts utilising them. Or you can take supplements. I know Phil Richards does a berry power and a red juice drink, which are packed full of antioxidants, depending on how you want to get them in your system. Antioxidants protect from free radical damage. So if I go back to this slide here, so if you take this as a chemical atom, so say there's a little black one on the right here. If that branched off, that would then become your free radical. And because it's not attached to anything else, it's completely uncontrollable. And that's how they cause the damage. Because they're just free particles that attack the body cells, damaging or killing them. So you don't want free radicals in your body. So micronutrients, multivitamins, omega-3 and antioxidants are a great combo. Okay? As I've said all along, if you're going to go down the supplement route, they have got to be top quality supplements. Zambrosa that Nature Sunshine do is a delicious actually drink that you only need a small amount of, but equally so Phil Richards Berry Power and Red Juice Power drinks also taste delicious, and again you don't need very much, but you probably will have. I'm much more preferable to fish oil than I am on the capsules. It gets into the body quicker, gets used quicker. Aliment do one that's flavoured with orange, so it's more palatable. Multivitamins depends where you came out on the lifestyle analysis. I wouldn't necessarily go down that route unless you know that your diet is depleting several vitamins because of either an allergy or an intolerance or a religious aspect that means that you don't eat a certain group of foods or something like that. Because I think you're much better to target your weakest systems than you are to take a blanket multivitamin. But the Zambroza, the antioxidant drink, basically those are the highlights of what it can do for you. Excuse me. Mangosteen, wonderful fruit. It's been used for hundreds of years in Southeast Asia for its vast health benefits. From China, Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Taiwan and the Philippines. Queen Victoria's favourite fruit. Now, the pericarb is the richest source of more than 40 different super antioxidants called xanthones, plus other antioxidant phytonutrients. Now, the mangosteen's been traditionally used for heart disease, diabetes, skin problems, allergies, arthritis, inflammation, IBS, abnormal cell growth, memory, and more. Now, you'll find mangosteen is in quite high content in the Zambroza drink. Now, the Ohio State University Pharmacognosy Department is actively involved in cancer research. Now, Nature's Sunshine actually provided them with mangosteen extract using their extraction process, and they discovered that there were 3 new xanthone super antioxidants in the mangosteen. Now, this research has been published and presented. Excuse me again. And again, goji berries. These have been used for over 2,500 years, from China, Tibet and India. They are high in vitamins B1, B2, B6, vitamin E, vitamin C, omegas 3 and 6, beta-carotene, lycopene, other carotenes, various phytonutrients, fibre, 22 minerals, including zinc, iron, potassium, copper, calcium, selenium, phosphorus and germanium. Now, goji berries, you can actually buy dried goji berries and just eat them. Now, Zambroza, that's the antioxidant drink that I showed you there. The University of Mississippi research scientists specialise in the immune system stimulation and proved that Zambroza has 3 times the immune stimulating power compared to the next leading supplement. Now, each batch is independently certified by Brunswick's laboratory and the foremost antioxidant testing facility. And they prove that Zambroza is 2 to 3 times more effective at reducing free radical compared to the closest leading competitor products. To be fair and unbiased, I would say that Phil Richards' berry drinks and Aliment's new range of antioxidant drinks had not been launched when they did their trials. Okay, so that may not be true anymore. But if you're going down that route, those are the 3 places to look at: Nature's Sunshine, Phil Richards, and Aliment. Now, this is a quote from Dr. Alex Duart, who basically says, by drinking this juice, you're going to give yourself the antioxidant profile you need to protect your arteries, your brain cells, and literally every part of your body from oxidation. You'll also maximise and optimise your health and energy levels with something that tastes delicious. I'll give it its due. It's one of the best I've tasted. But what the good thing is it doesn't come in a great big bottle, and you don't need a lot of it. You only need like 15 mils twice a day. Everybody can take it. I have yet to know anyone who takes any kind of antioxidant supplement that's of good quality that does not feel the benefits from it. Okay, core nutritional program. Make you think. Feed your body the critical nutrients to be strong and healthy. Most people are overfed, but undernourished. Get that in the brain, okay? You've got to get the right foods in. Now, the best way, I would bone of contention about taking the good multivit, depends what your lifestyle analysis scores were. Antioxidants, definitely yes. Digestive enzymes, definitely yes. Probiotics, yes. Fibre, yes. Essential fats, Yes. I think those are the bare minimum that you need to look at, including in your diet all of the time to be in optimum health. Okay, so next steps, I'm going to go back to the reminder of your home-based challenge for this week. Apologies if my brain's a bit all over the place and a bit croaky. Not, as you may have gathered, on 100% form. Make sure that we have our calls booked in for this week. Remember, we're going over homework, so you must have sent me everything so that I've got it all in front of me, preferably before your call, not during it. Let me know how you get on this home-based challenge. So, warm up, time yourself, do the challenge, cool down, and stretch. Good luck. Health and happiness, guys.